You have to do some work, sis. If you know that you got baggage, if you know you got bad habits, if you know that you ignore things that you shouldn't ignore, if you know that you don't set appropriate boundaries, if you know that you're not taking care of yourself, why would God overwhelm you with something that you cannot sustain? He wants you to be able to sustain and maintain and keep up with and enjoy the relationship that He has for you. He can't give you that until you do what you need to do in order to take care and keep up with that relationship. Hi, I'm Dr. Tiff, your relationship transformation coach. I've spent the past 20 years working with high-achieving women just like you who are crushing it in every area of their lives, everywhere except their relationships. And look, I get it. Finding the one ain't easy, and relationships are hard. But you know what's even harder? Cycling through the bad ones, or worse, staying in relationships when you already know they're not a good fit. You want a relationship of ease, uncomplicated, someone to love you down, but instead you've been suffering through bad dates, sexual incompatibility, and someone who might be good for somebody, but not for you. And if we're really being honest, you know that deep down, the work that really needs to be done starts and ends with you. If you're done wasting time in dead-end relationships and sick of looking for, chasing after, or trying to convince somebody to be the one, and you're ready to become the one, then baby, you're in the right place. So prop your feet and let's clink glasses, because I'm giving you the tea and the tips to fix your relationships. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to Fix Your Relationships podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Tiffany Henry. I'm so thankful that you tuned in today. You guys have been leaving the most amazing reviews for me, and I cannot, but I absolutely can, because I'm so excited every time I get a little ping letting me know that a new review has been left. And so thank you. Please keep them coming, because it warms my heart. It blesses my spirit to know that I'm on the right track, that, you know, what God has told me to do, I'm doing, and that it is being affirmed and appreciated by you guys. Michelle left a review the other day, and I want to read it to you. It says, honest and unfiltered. Dr. Tiffany is insightful and knowledgeable. Thank you, girl. She provides simple, manageable steps when it comes to relationships. She tells it like it is, honest and unfiltered. I love that she believes in and teaches the importance of working on yourself first in a relationship. Michelle, girl, you are picking up what I'm laying down, because that is exactly what I do. I do believe that the most important thing that we can do if we want to fix our relationships is to fix ourselves. So while some of the information that I provide in the podcast may feel a little bit intense or harsh, or like I'm way too much in your business, I need to mind my own, what I want you to realize is that in relationships, we cannot change anybody else. We can't. All we can do is work on ourselves. All we can do is let people know what it is that we want, need, desire, and deserve. It is up to them whether they want to make the changes that they need to make or provide those things for us. If they choose not to, okay, and that is their choice, that is their right, then we have some choices and decisions to make, okay? Too often we are putting the onus on them about whether or not our relationship is going to go the way we want it to go, and they need to make the changes. They need to do this. They need to do that. Yes, they may, okay? But it's their choice as to whether or not they actually carry those things out, okay? Based on their decision, we have a decision to make. A lot of times, the work that needs to be done in our relationships, we are holding them accountable for things that we need to do, okay? For changes that we need to make, for modifications that need to be done on our part, research and self-work that we need to be doing. Because once we do those things, once we come to a resolution on some of those things, what we ultimately realize is that we are the one that maybe needs to make a change. And whether that's a change within the relationship or just changing the relationship completely. Okay, we have to figure out what it is that we need to do, what we need to start or stop doing that will help improve and fix our relationship. So thank you so much to Michelle for leaving that amazing review. I'm so glad it resonated, that the show is resonating with you, that I'm resonating with you, that you found your person. I really do appreciate the acknowledgement. Thank you so much for seeing me and seeing what I'm trying to do. If you would like to leave a review, please go to Apple Podcasts and give your girl a review. Go down to find our show in Apple Podcasts, and then just scroll down to where it says ratings and reviews. And underneath that, you'll see a little button that says write a review. And if you would do me a solid and just click that Give your girl 5 stars because I like 5 stars. Why would I not like 5 stars? And then just let me know how you're feeling about the show, what you enjoy about it, what you want more of. If you have questions, whatever it is, leave it there, honey, because I would love, love, love to read your review aloud as well. All right. So today, what I want to talk to you guys about, I want to share the real reason you haven't found the one. Okay. You guys know that my upcoming program is called Become the One. And if you don't know, let me just tell you how I came about that. I truly, truly, truly believe that for many of my high achieving women, I work with high achieving women who are on a quest to find the love of their lives. Many of us are high achieving, crushing it in so many areas of our life. Maybe we're an entrepreneur, or we've climbed corporate ladders. We are, in the C-suites. We are running multiple businesses online, brick and mortar. We're doing the damn thing. We're crushing it in so many areas. Got great friend groups, all the awards and accolades. But when it comes to relationships, we have these patterns that are really keeping us from having the love that we desire and deserve. And a lot of times it's because we are focusing on the wrong thing. We're focusing on what the person that we're partnered with or the person we're in a relationship with should be doing or not doing, rather than focusing on what we need to do. So many of us have neglected ourselves and haven't done the self-work that we need to do in order to have the type of relationship that we absolutely deserve and that God wants for us. And so what I do is I help women learn how to call in the love and the life that they desire and deserve while focusing on their own growth and transformation. The person that is out there for you I'm not even going to get into that. The person that's out there for you, you're out here searching for the one, and I am here to tell you that you are the one. We just have to help you become the one that you've been looking for. And once you do that, the one is going to find you. So today I want to get into the real reason why you haven't found the one. Okay. I want to get into why the person that you want in your life, that you've been looking for, that you've been trying so hard to mold them into, why you haven't been able to have the one in your life, that one true love, the one person that you want. Right? So we're going to talk about the real reasons you haven't been able to find the one. Number one, and this is not an exhaustive list, nor is this list in any kind of order. Okay. I wrote it down as it came to me. Okay. And I've left some room for the Holy Spirit. All right. So the real reason why you haven't found the one is because you're looking for a particular type. Okay. When you are fixated on a certain type, okay. When you say, and I had someone say this to me the other day. I want a man who is this tall, who has this type of hair, who weighs this much, who does this type of work, who makes this much money, who comes from this type of family, who went to this type of school, who has these types of friends, who does this type of thing for a living, who travels these types of places, right? She had this exhausted list of the different types or the type of person that she wants. And that is why she's unhappy in relationships. And that is why she's single. I promise you that's why. Because anytime we tell, that saying of make a plan, tell God your plan. And it's like, I don't know what the saying is. It's like if you make a plan and God laughs, something like that. But basically, here's the gist, okay? And I do believe, you make a list, you make it plain, but what are the things that are most important? What are the things that are actually most important, okay? Because in addition to her type and the things that she's looking for in this next relationship, when we talk about the current relationship or most recent relationship, the things that I hear are this person is a deadbeat. The person that I'm with right now and have been with is a deadbeat. The person that I'm with right now is very manipulative. The person I'm with right now is very much a moocher and has lived off of me for years. The person I'm with right now can't be trusted. They lie. Okay. The person I'm with right now does not have my best interest at heart. We are sexually incompatible. We argue all the time. I don't like this person and they don't like me. Okay. That list right there, those are the things that she needs to not look for in her next relationship. The things that she said she's looking for in the next relationship are very much superficial. They are superlatives. They are things that, like, and I say this all the time, you could have a rich, handsome, good-smelling asshole. You can have somebody in your life that checks every last one of those boxes and still will leave you in the poorhouse. So all of those things, his height, where he works, how well traveled, what he does for a living, how his suit hangs on him, all of those things, the person that she's with could have all of those things and still be the jerk that he is. So what I'm trying to say is, one of the reasons why you may not have found the one is because you're looking for the wrong thing. What I want you to do is take a look at your list if you have one and be honest about the things that are on that list. How much do they really matter? Maybe rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Is this going to really move the needle for me? Is how tall he is more important than how he treats me? Is how much money he makes and what kind of car he drives more important than his integrity, his values, how he treats his mama? Are those things more important than the things that really do matter in my life? Can I trust him with my heart? Okay. Is he a faithful person? Is he someone that shows up for people when they need him, does what he says he's going to do? Or am I worried about if he has the latest iPhone and wears Creed cologne? I don't know what they do. All right. That's one reason that we haven't found the one, because we're looking for a type. All right. Number two real reason you haven't found the one is you found him already and you just don't know. Perhaps you found him already and you just don't know. I truly believe that sometimes because we are looking for our type, we don't see the person that we actually need, that would be perfect for us, the one that God has sent for us, the one that we should be with, the one that we've been praying for. We don't see him because we're looking for something other than that. I will tell you, I think I've told you on the podcast before, like, I used to have a type. I'm not going to talk about what the type is, okay? I'm not going there with myself, okay? But I used to have a type, and I will tell you without a shadow of a doubt that my husband is not my type. He's not the type that I had. I'll say that. He is very much for me. Love him down, okay? But on paper, I don't know that I would have picked him out of a lineup. But one of the things, when I was in that era, okay, I wouldn't have picked him in that lineup in that era. But one of the things I do know to be true about my husband and about us getting together, one of the things that drew me to him is that he wasn't my type. We dated we knew each other for a couple of years, like 2 or 3 years before we ever started dating. We knew each other for a few years before we ever started dating. I never, during that time, would have thought this is going to be my husband. I never had that thought. Never crossed my mind. This will be my husband one day. Never did. Because he wasn't my quote unquote type. He wasn't who I was looking for. I knew him. I'd already met him, had, a friendship, a banter with him, knew him for years. I want you to think about people that you've already run across. Think about people you've already met, maybe been friends with, acquaintances with, people that you've already known, but haven't looked at them in that way. Because sometimes the person that is meant for you, the one, you've already crossed paths with them. You already know them. You just haven't seen them as the one. You haven't looked at all of the things because you've been so focused on, again, your type. You've been focused on maybe the wrong things. There may be somebody in your path, in your orbit, that actually is or could be the one, but you never looked at him that way. That is one reason why you haven't found the one, because you're not looking at what's in plain sight. The one may have already crossed your path and you just ignored it. You didn't see him as that. Go back. Take a second look, girl. Take a second look. All right. Number three reason why you haven't found the one yet is because you need to focus on you. You guys, you got to focus on you. Sometimes the person either hasn't come across our path, or we haven't recognized that person because we haven't done the necessary self-work that we need to do to be prepared for that person. You know how they say God won't give you anything that you can't handle? He also don't want you to waste a relationship or the person that he has for you if you're not ready for him, because he wants that relationship to work out for you, to stick, to be long term. Okay. Why would he give you something that you are not ready for? You have to do some work, sis. If you know that you got baggage, if you know you got bad habits, if you know that you ignore things that you shouldn't ignore, if you know that you don't set appropriate boundaries, if you know that you're not taking care of yourself, why would God overwhelm you with something that you cannot sustain? He wants you to be able to sustain and maintain and keep up with and enjoy the relationship that he has for you. He can't give you that until you do what you need to do in order to take care and keep up with that relationship. Think about it this way. You make what you make. You know how much you make. I don't know how much each of you makes, okay? I don't know how much you make, okay? I don't know what you bringing home. I ain't getting in your pockets and spending your money, right? But you know what you can afford in terms of a mortgage, right? Let's say you make enough, right? Let's say your budget for a mortgage would be, let's say $2,000 a month. That's how much you can afford to spend on a house, right? Let's just say 2,000, just for a round number, right? Now, what if you had $2,000 a month set aside? Every month you knew you would be able to pay the $2,000, but there was a house that you saw where, if you did the math, the mortgage would be $10,000 a month. Would it be wise to go for that house with a $10,000 a month mortgage, knowing that you can't sustain it? You don't have the wherewithal to sustain it, to keep it up, to pay the mortgage and the utilities and all the other things? It's not a wise move, right? Because you can't handle it right now. There are some other things that you need to do. Perhaps get another job or get a better paying job, or, do your side hustle, build up your business first, learn some other things so that you can have what you need and be able to keep it. The last thing I believe that God wants you to do is get into a relationship that he wants for you, that he knows would be the best for you, and you not be ready for it or capable of attaining it or maintaining it. He wants you to be successful in that. He absolutely does. But in order to do that, you've got to focus on what you need to do to improve yourself, to better yourself, to get to where you need to be emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, so that you are ready for the person that God wants to be your partner in this lifetime. Okay? You've got to be the one so that you can meet the one. Okay? Number four reason why you haven't found the one yet is you're focusing on what you want rather than what you need. This is a tough one because we do have to be honest. This kind of goes back to our type. One of the things that I really do appreciate about my relationship, and I think that is important to find, is a bit of a yin and a yang. Okay, I think it's really critical to find someone who is not like you. Not to say that you can't have things in common with someone, but I think there are areas in all of our lives where we may be weaker. And I think that God places people in our lives who are stronger in areas in which we are weak, and vice versa. I think he places also people in our lives that need us in a way. I think so many of our relationships work out when we're looking for someone, not necessarily that is a polar opposite of us, but someone who contributes to the relationship in a way that we can't. Someone that allows us to contribute to their lives in a way that they can't. Okay? One of the things that I love about my husband is I'm very much introverted, and I could stay home in my bed, okay, every day. I don't want to say COVID didn't bother me, because COVID obviously was a major, major shift in all of our lives. But in some ways, COVID was like, you mean I don't have to go out of this house and talk to anybody? I can stay in this house and do the things that I need to do, be quarantined, not have to deal with nobody. I ain't got to cook. That's how introverted I am. Did I see the bright side in that, right? And I know I'm not alone. Right. But my husband is extroverted, and if it were not for him, there would be so many things that I would not experience. I'll say that. Because of his extrovertedness, he tugs me along, and I experience things that I wouldn't if I just leaned into my introvertedness. There are places that I would not have gone, things I wouldn't have done if it hadn't been for him. And so it's a bit of a yin and a yang. There are certain things in our relationship that he's so good at that I am not. This is just not where I shine. And then there are certain things that he doesn't care about, that if it's not done, it will get on my nerves. And I take the leadership role in that. He needs me for that, right? He needs me for that. And I know that. And I need him for things. And this is so petty, he is not a light bulb person. And I absolutely am. He could be in this house in the dark, okay? Every light bulb off except for one. Me, on the other hand, when a light bulb goes off, I can't do anything until it's changed. it has to be like, I cannot have light bulbs out. And when I tell you, there can be every light bulb out and he will not notice. He will brush his teeth in the dark. We used to have, before we remodeled our bathroom, we had 2 sconces above the mirror. So one on his side of the sink and one above my sink. And there was one time when I was like, I'm going to see how long he lets this go. I'm going to see how long he lets his light bulb be out. And the sconces were like one of the sconces that had like the 3 light bulbs. And so like one light bulb went out, then another one went out. There was only one more light bulb on the sconce. And it was driving me insane, like to the point that my skin was crawling every time I would go in the bathroom. And we'd be brushing our teeth together. I'd be like, oh my gosh, when is he going to change his light bulb? Oh my gosh, this is driving me insane. Why won't he change the light bulb? And he never did. And finally, I broke down and I changed it. But here's the thing. He don't care about that. I do. And so what I have to realize is like, we ain't going to have lights in this house if I don't do it. We won't. And it's not a deal breaker for me. You know, I could focus on that, or I could just change the light bulb myself. It's not a big deal. Yes, he doesn't do those types of things. I won't say that he's not good at it or it's not a strong suit, but that's not necessarily that important to him. It is to me. So because it's important to me, I just take care of it. And I don't wait on him. I'm not mad at him for not doing it. I do it because it's what I know I'm in his life to change the light bulbs. Obviously, I contribute a lot more than light bulbs to his life, but I just say all that to say, like, we balance each other out. And sometimes we're looking for the thing that we want. And sometimes we want someone that's just like us, but someone that's just like us doesn't help us. It doesn't stretch us. It doesn't make us grow. We need to be focused on finding someone that complements us, that helps us to be better, that helps us grow in other areas, that picks up the slack where we let it fall, and that doesn't mind shouldering some of our burden because we don't mind shouldering some of theirs. You're looking for what you want rather than what you need. All right, next reason, number 5 reason why we haven't found the one is you don't go nowhere. Again, am I speaking to myself here? Yeah, you don't go anywhere. I cannot tell you how many women I have worked with because of their introvertedness, because of their homebodiedness. You know, they want a relationship. They want to be cuddled up and cozy on the couch with someone, but they won't put themselves out there. They don't go anywhere. They don't meet anybody. They might work from home, or maybe they just go to work and come home. You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to go somewhere if you want to meet somebody, okay? Because I promise you, the delivery driver that's bringing you your food, to my high achieving women out there, and there's no tea or no shade about delivery drivers, okay? Because that's some additional income, okay? No shade on that. But the likelihood of your person knocking on your door is quite slim, okay? You're going to have to leave the house. You're going to have to do things. You're going to have to put yourself out there if you want to meet somebody. So the reason why you haven't found the one is because you're sitting at home in your pajamas and your fuzzy slippers, looking at whatever you're looking at on TV, Beyond the Gates, The Young and the Restless, whatever it is, and you're not going anywhere. You're not putting yourself out there, okay? That's why you haven't found the one, because you don't go nowhere. Go somewhere. Get out. Join some groups. Go to church. Go to restaurants by yourself. Go to movies by yourself. Go anywhere. Go to the mall. Go anywhere by yourself. We are in a culture where, like I said, everything is being delivered to us. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't go to malls. We don't go shopping. And hear me when I say, sometimes it's dangerous out here in these streets, okay? You can't just be going any and everywhere all the time, okay? But if your desire is to meet people, you have to go where people are, okay? Even if that means going somewhere online to meet people, like, you have to exert some level of extrovertedness if you want to meet someone outside of yourself, okay? You got to go out, got to put yourself out there, got to go somewhere, all right? And the last one, number 6, the last reason why you haven't found the one is because you are wasting time with the wrong one. You're wasting time with the wrong one. I've said this, and I will keep saying this until I'm blue in the face. We need to stop staying in relationships past the expiration date. When they are over, they are over. We need to go ahead. We need to go ahead and do what we need to do to move on. It is hard. Ending relationships is not fun. We don't often like to be the bad guy, but staying in a relationship after it's over, after you already know it's not going anywhere, it's not helping you at all to find the person that you're looking for. You're wasting time. And certainly the person that is for you let's say they already are in your life. They know you. They're just waiting on you to be single so that they can ask you out so that you can actually start a relationship. I'm not, and I'm married, okay? So this isn't me, but I'm just saying, I'm not getting in a relationship or flirting with someone or trying to strike up conversation with somebody that I know was already in a relationship. When I met my husband, he was in a relationship. I had no desire. And that's part of the reason why I didn't see him, okay? Because he was in a relationship. Like, not for me, okay? I knew him for years and we were friends for years. And part of that is because what I look like. He's got a whole girlfriend, okay? That don't have nothing to do with me. I don't see him like that. There could be somebody out there that is looking at you the exact same way. Like, I would love my shot. I would love to be with her. I know we would be great together. I know she's my person. We have so much in common, but we also complement each other in another way. I think the world of this person. I want to put this person on a pedestal. I want to love her down, right? What if he's out there or she's out there and she's saying that, but you are with someone. You're wasting your time, unhappy, unappreciated, not content in a relationship that is not serving you. And the person that should be with you, the one, okay, is sitting right there on the sidelines just waiting on you to dump this bozo. And you won't do it just because you don't have the guts, because you don't want to be the bad guy, because you don't want another failed relationship, because you won't consider that the person you're supposed to be with is right on the other side, okay? So I'm going to encourage you to do what you need to do. These are the reasons. I've given you the reasons as to why you haven't found the one. In each of those reasons, you know what you need to do, okay? If you're looking for a particular type, stop that. If that person has already crossed your path, if you've already met that person, figure it out, okay? If you need to focus on you, if there's self-work that you need to do, do it. If you need help with that, reach out to me, support@drtiffanyhenry.com, okay? If you're focusing on what you want rather than what you need, think about what you need first, okay? And stop looking for what you want. If you don't go anywhere, get off your butt and go. Get out there. Be with the people, okay? So that you can find your people, okay? And if you're wasting time with the wrong one, stop it, okay? Because not only are you wasting your time, you're wasting theirs as well. There could be someone that is perfect for them, that they would be best for. But instead, they're wasting time with you too. They're not your person, okay? So consider all of that. These are all of your reasons. These are 6 reasons, actually, the real reasons why you haven't found the one, okay? If you want to work with me further, I do have a few VIP intensive sessions left this month. Would love to put you on the calendar for a 15-minute free coffee chat to discuss what your relationship challenges are and if that VIP intensive would be right for you. It is a 4-session package where we will meet, we will discuss your needs, I will give you the feedback and the tactical strategy in order to tackle some of those issues that are most challenging and pressing for you. If you're interested in doing that, go ahead and email my team at support@drtiffanyhenry.com. That is DRTIFFANIEHENRY, support@drtiffanyhenry.com. I'll be glad to get you on a schedule for that 15-minute coffee chat so we can see if that intensive is right for you. Thank you guys so much for listening today. It has been my joy, pleasure, and honor to serve in this capacity as host of Fix Your Relationships podcast. Do me a favor, do the review, but also come back and see me next week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, babe, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. My goal with this podcast is to bless you with information that helps you fix those relationships that are most important to you, but not before you do the self-work needed to make sure that those relationships thrive. If this episode was exactly what you needed, then guess what? Somebody else probably needs it too. So do me and them a favor. Please share this episode with your good girlfriend and let her know about the podcast. And while you're at it, hop on over to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. This really helps to grow the podcast and puts it right in front of other women who are desperate to work on their relationships and themselves. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to join our community of like-minded women all on a journey to become the one. You can sign up for free at becometheone.myflowdesk.com/email. I know that's a lot, so just go on over to the show notes and click that link there. Thanks again for listening to Fix Your Relationships with Dr. Tiff. I'll see you right back here next week.